Hello and welcome to Salam Namaste. This evening we have a very special guest on the show, Dr.Rehan Sayeed. Dr. Rehan is a cardiothoracic surgeon, an entrepreneur, and founder of Motherhood Hospital, a network of gynecology hospitals in India. Dr. Rehan Sayeed, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Saji. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Thanks for joining us, Rehan. Let's dive right in. I will let you do an introduction because you're much more than what I mentioned in a single line.
No, thanks. It was a wonderful introduction. I am a cardiac surgeon by training and by education, an entrepreneur by passion, and it's been a wonderful journey thus far, in both fields. I had cardiac surgery, cardiothoracic surgery at one of the top corporate group of hospitals called the Manipal Hospitals Group in India. I founded Motherhood way back and say 12 years ago. So 2011 when we founded Motherhood. Being a cardiac surgeon, a question often asked to me is why gynecology? Why mother and child care? We like to call Motherhood more like a women's hospital. That's how I envisioned it, not just a gynecology or an obstetric setup. I believe that it should be a one-stop shop for every mother. Whatever is possible, whatever can be done to make them as comfortable. A woman, not just a mother, take her through her entire journey, right from her motherhood days up until as she gets older. We have the services that cater to all of them and to all ages. Motherhood has been a wonderful journey, and then following motherhood, there have been a few other journeys which, as we go down this conversation, I'll explain those journeys also to you.
Great introduction and a great setup. As we go into the next aspect of this, the question I had is, what was the inspiration? And you touched upon why gynecology, but who or why did you go into gynecology? Who was the moving force that inspired you here?
Well, I was a fellow at the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio, where we had my first child was born. Adyan was born there. And it was a good experience. And it was, in fact, an eye-opener experience for us. The whole process was extremely seamless. And we were nobody. We just fellows, no special VIP status of any nature. The second child was born at Apollo Hospitals, India's #1 healthcare provider. And we have a reasonably well connected in the hospital. I was already a consultant cardiothoracic surgeon over there, and we come from a fairly well-known background in the city. But the experience was still not a match on what we experienced at the Cleveland Clinic, being just a very ordinary couple over there. So we thought there is a gap that could be bridged, a gap that could be made good. And that's how the whole idea of motherhood dawned with Surmi and me. Surmi is my wife. And so we set about trying to make it happen, right from providing the right ambience, providing the right safety, and most importantly, providing the right services to make people feel comfortable and wanted.
Mm-hmm. So you guys found a distinct difference in the care that was provided when in Cleveland versus what you found in Chennai, and that is what inspired your wife and you to jump into this space and bring Motherhood Hospital into fruition in India. Great.
Absolutely, it was a beginner.
Okay, great conversation there. So, what kind of service lines do you have in Motherhood Hospital?
So we do everything. We do bread and butter obstetrics, which is deliveries, including high-risk deliveries. We have a very robust neonatal ICU setup at all motherhoods, and they're all networked also with a mobile, a NICU, a mobile neonatal ICU, in case any child needs to be transported, uh, for something like. So ours is at level 4 NICU. We are capable of putting children, on ECMOs in our ICU. We're capable of doing some procedures at the bedside for a premature infant or anything like that. Now, in the last, say, 3 to 4 years, we have also added the spectrum of providing more gynecological procedures, especially for the elderly, like women who are postmenopausal, also who need or who have the need for some gynecological procedures. We have embarked on that, and we also do a little bit of plastic surgery, like for the mother who wants to get back into shape and wants to look better than she did before, or to even get back to what she did before if she wants something done. There is a very basic element of plastic surgery that also we offer. So, like I said, we look at the mother as the woman as a whole. We hold her hand during her journey to become a mother, hold her hand when she is bringing the little one up, even up into his or her teens, and then once she transcends that age gap and gets into towards peri or postmenopausal state, we also hold a hand through that journey in life. So it's a complete solution for a woman.
Mhm. Good to hear about the service lines at Motherhood Hospital, where you're taking a extended care approach than just focus on the gynecological aspect of care. So let's talk more about the business side of this. When did you get started, and how has your growth been? How did you build up this from a single hospital to a network of hospitals all over the country now?
So we opened the doors, I think, in 2011, like I said. The seed was laid 2010, when we started, working towards the first center, which was in Bangalore, in an area called the Indiranagar, which is a fairly upmarket area. So we chose that area because we knew that we are going to be giving a more value-added product into the market. It's like a very niche product. There has been one player in the business, but there's only one, and we didn't want to be in the same geography as them, so we chose this geography. The journey was good. So we actually went into an operational break even in the first 6 months, and that was something that everyone looked at. We got approached by private equity funding even as early as, like, say, 15 months or 18 months into our operations. Uh, at around 24 months into operations, which is around 2013, we raised our first round of funding from a private equity player, which helped us take this from a single center enterprise into a four-center enterprise. We then became four motherhood centers, and three of the four had already were about to be, operational break even when we were approached with our current investors, TPG. TPG, as you all know, is an American funding house, a very marquee investor, and they just embarked on their journey in India in healthcare, and we were, I think, their second investment that they looked at in the country, and they then took us and held our hands and took us all the way up until what we are till this year in June, when we raised the next round of funding from GIC of Singapore. So the growth story has been quite robust. We haven't really luckily, not had to go back in time in any way. The centers have all done well. I think the trick has been is that we've got the size right, we got the locations right, and we are lucky because of the kind of work atmosphere that we provided. We are able to pick up talent, and the talent has stayed with us for the last 12 years. No one's really left us and gone away for better opportunities or something. I think they've all grown so well that they have preferred to stay with us.
That's an amazing growth story right there, Dr. Rehan. Let's talk more after a short break.
Thank you.
From all at Now Media Network's headquarters in Houston, we would love to wish you and yours health, wealth, happiness, and success this coming 2024. May your business thrive and prosper, and may you become the best you that you can be. Happy holidays and a happy year 2024.
The legal profession is not immune to the disruptive power of artificial intelligence. AI is reshaping the way lawyers research, analyze, and manage legal matters. AI-powered legal research tools can sift through vast volumes of legal documents, statutes, and case law in seconds, providing lawyers with comprehensive insights to build their cases. In courtrooms, AI is used to manage and present digital evidence effectively. It can organize and analyze evidence, making complex cases more understandable for judges and juries. In contract review, AI quickly identifies potential risks, inconsistencies, and compliance issues in legal contracts, saving valuable time and reducing human errors. The future of law is being shaped by AI. AI is streamlining legal research, improving courtroom presentations, enhancing contract analysis, and making legal information more efficient and accessible. Data Dive, infinite insights instantly.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Well, here's a great idea. Donate your car now to help local veterans in your area. Yes, just make one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program. Within a few days, we'll come and remove your car for free. You can donate any car in any condition. We'll use our vast network to sell it. The proceeds raised go to help local veterans and their families. And you get a tax deduction. And all you need to do is make this free call. Clean your yard up, get rid of an old car, and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now. Book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program now.
welcome back to the show as we continue this fascinating conversation with Dr. Rehan Sayeed here. Dr. Sayeed, let's talk a little more about some of the innovations that you brought to the hospital network here, such as the virtual NICU. Could you speak to that a little bit?
Sure. So neonatal care in India is a lot to be done. I mean, there are very few and good neonatal ICUs across the country, and so it's difficult at this point for us to jump from having nothing to wanting to have everything. And with technology, it was possible for us to see how we can actually far and beyond geographically where we have our hospitals. So the virtual NICU was the idea seeded from there on. One of the expertise of the Motherhood set of neonatologists is we have an excellent transport neonatology team. We have guys who are really good at transporting very sick babies safely, even if it's got to be a 24-hour journey or even a little longer, they can safely transport that baby into our hospital and make sure this child will do well. So we wanted to capitalize on that expertise, and the expertise of having so many good neonatologists in our system. So we first started off this virtual NICU to check out within the system how we can improve outcomes in all our centers. That worked well. And then we decided, let's go out, let's go to the hospitals in and around us, within driving distance or even further off, and start looking at how we can talk to the doctors there and guide them through taking care of some of these sick children, if they have the infrastructure. Because sometimes you have places where infrastructure is there, but there is no know-how. And this was, a good way to try to handhold these doctors in various locations and see how they can, take this child through safety or pull this child out through, that immediate need, and then transfer the child over to a tertiary care center in order to have better outcomes. It's doing very well. As you know, India is a big country. There are places like the northeast part of India which don't have access to good healthcare across all those hilly terrains. And when we're able to give them advice, it makes a lot of difference.
Basically, what I understand is physicians in other parts of the country are able to sort of plug into your network, basically your headquarters or the clinical headquarters, so to speak, and get inputs on what to do when in situations where they need that expert guidance. And then based on the advice provided by your hub, they are then able to take action such as caring for the baby right there or bring them over to the tertiary level of care. Is that a fair understanding of the virtual NICU concept?
Correct. So with the technology, now we are able to actually get a clearer, even, all you need is a good internet connection and a good camera, and then we can actually look at the child, live and, give them very sound advice. There is no need for them to, have any ambiguity about how to handle this child, because the experience is much more on this end.
Mm-hmm. So right now, is this provided all over India, or is it in cities where you have your tertiary care hospitals?
No, it's even outside the cities. It's the idea was to go outside the cities primarily. Mm-hmm. So within the cities, there are a few of them who use it, but the intent and the aim is to try to see how much of rural India or tier 3 cities of India or tier 2 cities of India that we can also reach out to and cover, and see how we can make a difference to the infant and the neonatal mortality rate across the country.
Oh, that's very impressive. So a patient now in let's say Assam could plug into your virtual NICU, get expert advice, and treat the patients in Assam. So that's amazing that you've put together such a network that helps all the patients across the country. That's really amazing initiative that you've taken. What other initiatives and innovations are you bringing into the into Motherhood Hospital? I think I saw something across a Motherhood Club, a Moms Club, something along those lines. Could you speak to some of those marketing initiatives as well?
Not really like, I wouldn't call it like an innovation. What we're trying to do is also put together, things for the mothers. Like I said, give them a one-stop shop and try to see how we can best address all their needs. Then get some mothers together. It does sometimes help because, pregnancy, although is a very, it's a celebratory moment when you have a baby, but pregnancy as a process can take its toll on the mother. And they do have a lot of issues. Some of them even have mental health issues. So when you put support groups together, you can help this mother get through most of the problems. Even something as trivial as how to feed the baby, how to take care of a baby for the first time mother. So we take those efforts to try and put some support groups in place and make this journey as enjoyable and as hassle-free as possible.
So basically, this is a community that you're building around, first-time moms, and maybe after that, that
Correct.
community of mothers, so they can continue to network with each other and help each other. So I think you might not call this an innovation, but from a marketing standpoint, that seems to be a very good innovation in terms of getting the moms together and collaborating. So that's it's really noteworthy to see that happening. Now let's move on to a little bit of a big picture in terms of health insurance. So how has the health insurance scene changed in India, and how is that impacting the care that is provided? Are most of your patients now do they have health insurance, or what is the insurance penetration among your patients?
So India, as you know, is still out-of-pocket kind of a health market. There's a large chunk of healthcare is out-of-pocket expenses for patients, and insurance started off pretty late. The state insurance, as the government providing insurance cover to people, it has been an effort of the Prime Minister to try and put it in place, but I don't think they've really gotten too far ahead with it. It's getting better with every passing, term of theirs. But I think the focus over there is largely on the tertiary care, and they have kind of completely forgotten primary and secondary care as a part of the insurance coverage. And the government hospitals have really not progressed. It's hard for a middle class or even a lower middle class or anyone from that section of society to walk into a government hospital and expect the kind of treatment that he wants. So if he goes to a private setup, he has to pay for it. In the private setup, post-COVID, insurance penetration has increased. People have realized that healthcare is expensive and they need to keep aside money for annual health insurance. Penetration now in the private sector, in the working class in India, is upwards of 50%. It's not too far north of 50, but we've at least crossed the halfway point. I would say, tops between 50 and 60% is the insurance penetration. 40% of the market minimum is still a cash business. It's an out-of-pocket expenses.
Oh, that's interesting perspective. It's good to see that insurance penetration in India is increasing, though I think more patients having insurance, I think, would be a good way forward. So now let's talk a little bit about the challenges that you faced as you built up this network. Could you touch upon those?
Sure. I think the challenge for me when I started off was, I was always asked, why a cardiac surgeon and why obs and gynecology, and why not cardiac surgical centers? Well, I think the answer to that for me was I was using my experience as a parent and something that I felt that I could make a difference to, and in a specialty where in India at one point of time safety was not much cared for. Motherhood actually one of the inventions that I think we can stake wholehearted claim to is we got people to focus on the safety of the mother and the child, because labor can be dangerous for both, and we clearly made a difference on that particular aspect of care, with everyone now starting to focus on it. Other challenges that we faced were trying to find the right talent, the right mix of talent, with the right mindset. There are a lot of talented doctors in India. That's not an issue at all. But to be able to put together a family with the same mindset, the right thought process of how I visioned it and how we want our doctors to also vision it and grow motherhood that way. And that work ethic, because it was very different from what was there in India when I came back. And to inculcate that work ethic in every single member of the motherhood team, it took us some time, but I think we got it right. And when we meet now, we are one big happy family. We are now 21 centers and almost 1,300 employees, and still growing.
Interesting conversation there. Bringing a culture that is very patient-centric is very important. So great job there. We'll come back after a short break to discuss more.
From all at Now Media Network's headquarters in Houston, we would love to wish you and yours health, wealth, happiness, and success this coming 2024. May your business thrive and prosper, and may you become the best you that you can be. Happy holidays and a happy year 2024.
The legal profession is not immune to the disruptive power of artificial intelligence. AI is reshaping the way lawyers research, analyze, and manage legal matters. AI-powered legal research tools can sift through vast volumes of legal documents, statutes, and case law in seconds, providing lawyers with comprehensive insights to build their cases. In courtrooms, AI is used to manage and present digital evidence effectively. It can organize and analyze evidence, making complex cases more understandable for judges and juries. In contract review, AI quickly identifies potential risks, inconsistencies, and compliance issues in legal contracts, saving valuable time and reducing human errors. The future of law is being shaped by AI. AI is streamlining legal research, improving courtroom presentations, enhancing contract analysis, and making legal information more efficient and accessible. Data Dive, infinite insights instantly.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
what if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Well, here's a great idea. Donate your car now to help local veterans in your area. Yes, just make one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program. Within a few days, we'll come and remove your car for free. You can donate any car in any condition. We'll use our vast network to sell it. The proceeds raised go to help local veterans and their families. And you get a tax deduction. And all you need to do is make this free call. Clean your yard up, get rid of an old car, and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now. Book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program now.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you use insulin daily, you might be eligible to get your own continuous glucose monitor. So call the US Med Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. Not only can a CGM immediately reduce pain, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare or private insurance, you can see if you qualify for a CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. We'll also provide free shipping of your new CGM, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. If you use insulin daily, you might be eligible to get your own continuous glucose monitor. So call the US Med Diabetic Health Hotline to see if you qualify for a CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Welcome back. Let's continue this fascinating conversation with Dr. Rehan Sayeed. Dr. Sayeed, what does the future hold for Motherhood Hospital? What is your vision for the future here?
I think for us, we continue to grow. We have increased our presence and moved across from just being a Southern Indian dominant player. We now have centers in Delhi, in Northern India, in Eastern India, and have also a reasonable chunk in Central and Western India, and continuing to grow. We believe that we would like to, spread the motherhood story a lot more across various other cities in India, and make it a brand that's synonymous with the journey of motherhood by itself, as the name signifies. We have on board with us now GIC of Singapore as an investor, and we are hoping to do, a long-term journey with them, and hopefully look at going IPO or looking at to stay growing with every year.
Mm-hmm. So, in terms of the growth itself, so are you done growing in India? Are you looking at maybe overseas, neighboring countries? What do you think from a geographical expansion outside of India at this point?
No, we are not looking at outside of India at this point of time. I think India is a big country, and we would like to stay focused over the next 2, 3 years, or maybe over the next 5 year horizon, to grow the brand in India primarily, and would leave the neighboring geographies aside for now. Uh, you know, uh, I think today India is the growth story more than anything else.
Mhm. Interesting. And in terms of the business model itself, have you considered franchising, or are you building out all these facilities on your own?
Uh, till date, we have been building out every facility on our own. We intend to do that, I think, over at least for the next couple of years, till we are able to have a reasonably robust presence across all the four regions of the country, and then may look at a franchisee model if we get some good partners. The problem with the franchisee model is the fear for us is whether our work culture will permeate into the franchisee model, because that's what's made us stand apart. And if you're not able to achieve that, then we will probably, after all these years of hard work, lose out on, the long-term picture.
Mhm. So your concern with franchising is a genuine concern about the quality of care and also the culture that you've created. So I think it makes sense for you guys to pursue a path where you're able to keep the culture and the patient-centric focus that you have built in. So I think makes a lot of sense. So, with that being said, and since you have so many interests and ventures going on, let's cut to a new venture that you're working on in nutraceuticals. So let's talk more about the nutraceutical business that you're involved in right now.
So, like I said, I'm by education a cardiac surgeon, and since I came back to India, I don't know by design or by however it worked out, I ended up having to do a lot of heart failure surgery and a lot of high risk surgeries, which required patients who were fairly sick and who needed to find their way through recovery after surgery. And one of the things I noticed was that post-op nutrition is a big there's a big lacuna in that space. Although we have a lot of companies which have products in the market, there is no one real product that takes care of every aspect of what the patient needs. You're always trying to put things together and make things happen, which didn't make sense to me. So I started working on a product, a nutritional product, which would be of use not only to patients after surgery, to people who are just immunocompromised, people who are just weak, or aged people, or anyone who wants to stay healthy and fit also. So I put together a product called Velo Recoup, Recoup for recuperation. Velo takes its name from my company, which is called Velo Tree, which is a tree of wellness goods that hopefully, as time goes, we will keep adding to our portfolio. But fundamentally, this is a patented formulation, which a lot of thought and I mean maybe 3 to 4 years of research has gone in to see what are the right ingredients that can put these people back on their feet pretty quickly. And so it's been a good journey, and I think nutraceuticals is growing. Post COVID, the industry has just boomed. It's a $5 billion industry just in the United States of America, and growing at a rapid pace. People have woken up to understand that they can't eat foods to the extent that they need to make sure they get all the minerals and all the ingredients that they want from it. So supplements will be required at various points for various things that we miss out on. But I think nutraceuticals is a pretty interesting thing. It's got something for everyone, for every aspect of what man wants. Probiotics and the gut health is now big. but mental health is getting bigger. And then slowly skin and lots of other verticals coming into play.
On top of all this, Dr. Sayeed, you're also a sports person, and I think you're bringing some of that into the nutraceutical world as well. Are you coming up with some formulations for the sportsmen? Could you talk to that?
Yeah. So from Velo Tree, we have a molecule which we call it Velo Boost. Boost is to just increase your ability to last. So most of the products in the market, in the market for sportsmen are, high on sugar, high on carbohydrates, and these provide that initial burst of energy that someone needs when they're going into a race or something like that. That's not what I was looking at, because that's again sugar. Sugar is bad. We all know that. And so I try to come up with something different there. So I have a product, this Velo Boost, which takes nitric oxide out of natural fruits and vegetables like beetroot or pomegranate or berries, which we all like having. So I extract from there and after that I do away with all the impurities that can cause kidney diseases or any liver diseases. And that extract is what I have put together in the form of Velo Boost, which is a sports pre-workout drink. It increases the nitric oxide, which increases blood supply to your muscle and thereby washes out lactic acid. So let's say if you're an athlete, you're a long distance runner. We all know that most long distance runners, whatever you're training, is after 10 or between 10 and 15 kilometers in the race, there would be a point where they're kind of hitting a little wall. And there has to be that switch in their, in their pace, which is what we call as switch to the race pace. And it's that point where lactic acid has reached a level, but it's not being washed out so well. And then you have to push past that point, and then you get into a rhythm, because now it's automaticity, and you can keep running for the next 20 odd kilometers. If you take Velo Boost, if you were to drop at 10 kilometer speed on a usual day, you will now drop maybe or hit that wall around the 13 or 15 kilometer mark. And that is a huge boon for athletes. And because it's an extract from fruits and vegetables, it can be had in an athlete at any age group. So even college athletics or high school athletes can take it safely. It's WADA compliant, so it's no doping. There's nothing in it. It's absolutely as clean and organic as it can get.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a very interesting insight into the world of nutraceuticals. Let's continue this conversation after a short commercial break.
The legal profession is not immune to the disruptive power of artificial intelligence. AI is reshaping the way lawyers research, analyze, and manage legal matters. AI-powered legal research tools can sift through vast volumes of legal documents, statutes, and case law in seconds, providing lawyers with comprehensive insights to build their cases. In courtrooms, AI is used to manage and present digital evidence effectively. It can organize and analyze evidence, making complex cases more understandable for judges and juries. In contract review, AI quickly identifies potential risks, inconsistencies, and compliance issues in legal contracts, saving valuable time and reducing human errors. The future of law is being shaped by AI. AI is streamlining legal research, improving courtroom presentations, enhancing contract analysis, and making legal information more efficient and accessible. Data Dive, infinite insights instantly.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Well, here's a great idea. Donate your car now to help local veterans in your area. Yes, just make one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program. Within a few days, we'll come and remove your car for free. You can donate any car in any condition. We'll use our vast network to sell it. The proceeds raised go to help local veterans and their families. And you get a tax deduction. And all you need to do is make this free call. Clean your yard up, get rid of an old car, and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now. Book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program now.
Welcome back. Dr. Rehan, let's continue the conversation on nutraceuticals. I would like to understand a little more about the regulatory space around nutraceuticals in India and how you differentiate yourself in the market.
So regulatory in India is reasonably okay. There is a body called the FSSAI, which is like food supplements or anything that's edible or anything that's food rather, not fruit, food has to go through the FSSAI in terms of a regulatory. And that's the only body that governs regulatory currently in the Indian market. I am sure that, just like in healthcare, where we had to evolve over the years to what India is today, which is a reasonable market leader in healthcare. Nutra also has a ways to go in terms of trying to understand the trackability of ingredients. Where are these ingredients coming from? How good are they? And how reliable are these ingredients and stuff like that. And basically quality control on what goes into making the product what it is. And that is an evolving part of nutraceuticals. There's a lot up for grabs, even in the United States and in other parts of the world. Lots of products that have come into the market have also been, pulled up. Example of it is also protein supplements. There are tons of protein supplements for athletes across the world, especially in the sporting side, offering 24 grams or 30 grams of whey protein and the likes. But a lot of these supplements are also containing heavy metals, and prolonged use of these supplements ends up in a lot of people developing heavy metal poisoning, which can be disastrous and can cause permanent liver failure, resulting in them having to go through a liver transplant. So one needs to know, there has to be a lot more education. Public needs to know that which product is good, which product is bad, and there's got to be still a lot more regulations that need to come into play, to ensure that people making these products are doing the right thing and not just throwing things out there that can be dangerous to those who consume them innocently.
Mhm. That's pretty good insight on the state of nutraceuticals in India. Dr. Rehan, good luck with your nutraceutical venture. While we now move over to another facet of your experience and expertise. So let's talk about cardiothoracic surgery, the innovations and new developments happening in cardiothoracic surgery in India, and the work you do.
So India has been a leader in healthcare, outside of, say, a few Western countries like United States, Canada, maybe United Kingdom and Germany, or you can add France to it. But barring these 4 or 5 countries, India has always been there. So it's always been in the top 10. Um, Previously, it was a very a price conscious economy, and healthcare really didn't take off in India because of many reasons. But then with the government opening up policies quite well for us, today it's a very robust healthcare market, and we are fairly innovative in a lot of procedures. If you look at minimal access cardiac surgery, if you take the volume of work that's done in India compared to outside of India, I think we are miles ahead. We do, in a center like mine, I do around 95% of my work through keyholes, through, either with robotics or with laparoscopic equipment, which is a very large number compared to even, say, a top of the line center in, like, in Canada or in the United States, where they would probably be doing maybe 10 to 15% of their work through a minimal access. And still, majority of the work is done through traditional stenotomy or big incisions, which can be quite painful. So I think we have really moved forward. We have good penetration of technology. Everything is now freely available in India. We are able to bring new technology into the country at a reasonable cost, and making it easy for us to innovate. There is a good amount of regulation also that's come in from the governmental agencies, like for medical devices, and even for research and for new procedures. So that's also put a little bit of accountability in place, and that's made a lot of difference to the outcomes across the spectrum of all hospitals. So I think India is again a growth story there also, just like it is in terms of the economy picking up when the rest of the world is slowly starting to turn down. I think just sheer population over here allows us to bring in a new procedure and do so much of volume of it that we become good at it.
Talking about cardiology and cardiac health in general, you've been talking a lot about heart failure. And could you talk to the audience about what you're seeing in the heart failure incidents in India these days?
So India, as you know, is the diabetic capital of the world. And diabetes is one of the biggest contributors to heart disease. So ischemic heart disease is one. And then you have diabetic cardiomyopathy, which is basically a disease of the heart muscle from diabetes by itself. Both of these end up in the end-stage heart disease or heart failure. And unlike, where in the Western world, where the primary care setup is far more robust, our primary care setup doesn't pick up diabetes and manage it very well in the early stages. So we find a lot of patients coming to us with diabetes related complications like heart failure. Having said that, we have found solutions to it. The kind of bypass surgeries that we do for diabetics with poor target vessels, we are able, over the years, we have built expertise to be able to do that and see how we can extend the lifespan. Today, heart transplant is a reality, and there's a lot of public awareness. There's a good amount of organ donation happening. So there's another opportunity for these heart failure patients to find a new heart and extend their life and give them a good quality of life, not just extend the life, but give them a good quality of life. So India needs to wake up to the fact that as Indians, we are genetically more prone to heart disease. And on top of this, we are the diabetic capital of the world. So we can't have a double whammy over here where we get hit from all sides. So there are certain things we can control, which is we can control diabetes and extend our lifespan, extend the, stay away from disease. But what we can't control is our genetics, just being Indian and being prone to heart disease earlier. So we need to fix our lifestyle and control it much better to give us more longevity.
Mm-hmm. Going back to your work in cardiothoracic surgery, especially minimally invasive procedures, what I'm noticing is that several patients that come to you are from other countries, neighboring countries, and even a little further out from the Middle East and other countries. So what do you think these patients are coming over to India and you specifically?
It's nice to know that. Thank you so much for that. I think it's because I set out doing minimal access cardiac surgery way back in, I think, 2006, when it was still just a fledgling specialty in the United States and here. I learned to do minimal access valve surgery at the Cleveland Clinic and at Boston, where I trained, but it was only restricted to valvular heart surgery. I just used the same expertise that I learned in valvular heart surgery and applied the similar approach towards coronary artery surgery and some amount of congenital surgery also. And that helped, take the same offering to a larger spectrum of patients. And I think being the pioneer of that in this country, it helped in a way because then the word of mouth got around and brought more patients one to the other. I also travel into some of these countries and train surgeons and do surgeries in these countries if required. So that's also helped me build a base of people who know or have heard of me. That's probably why they travel into India looking for this particular operation with me.
Great to know about that, and the fact that there's a lot of patients who are really valuing this expertise that is available in India. Dr. Rehan, it's been great talking to you, learning about your various ventures and new initiatives, and we wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you so much for having me over.
You're very welcome. So once again, it's been an amazing conversation with Dr. Rehan Sayeed. For our viewers out there, we'll see you same time next week.
This has been a Now Media Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved. From all at Now Media Networks headquarters in Houston, we would love to wish you and yours health, wealth, happiness, and success this coming 2024. May your business thrive and prosper, and may you become the best you that you can be. Happy holidays and a happy year 2024.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only